So you move on from UW, and you have about a 7 or 8 year professional career. You squeezed every drop you could get from that career. I know you had a leg injury, and I imagine you occasionally what if it a little bit. Like, man, if I'd been a little better, maybe I'd have more time in the NBA. But you played in Europe. You got an awful lot out of it. And something interesting happened near the end of your career. You're with Minnesota, and they're getting ready to release you. And all of a sudden now you're going to be a scout for Minnesota. And this begins you on the path to where you are today. Take me through that. Was that somebody's idea with the organization? Was it yours? Who opened the door to you to say, hey, here's a front office thing that you might consider because your playing days are almost over?
So our general manager the general manager in Minnesota was my general manager with Albuquerque Thunderbirds.
Oh, no kidding.
So me and him, David Kahn, we would always talk basketball, and he would always say, dude, you have such a great basketball mind. You're gonna make way more money after your basketball career than you ever will playing. He would always tell me that.
Wow.
So when I was getting ready to finish, and he called me in to release me, he was like, this is you're not gonna be happy what's getting ready to happen, but we have to release you because we need to sign another forward. Because ironically, Brandon Roy, who was on the team, he wasn't healthy enough to play because his knee was bothering him. So when Brandon couldn't stay healthy, we needed to get another forward. So we signed Josh Howard, and we released the guard, which was me, to sign a forward, which was Josh Howard. So he was like, but I'm going to offer you, he said, I would tell you to go play, but if you don't want to go play and you're ready to get in this side, I'll offer you a scouting job right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you hesitate at all, or did you just kind of see it for the opportunity it might be?
At that point, I called my agent. I had already played in Europe 3 or 4 years. I was always goal oriented, and I tell people this all the time. Like, a lot of people play sports and they're money oriented, like what the sport can get them financially. I never played for that reason. I was just telling my son this the other day. He asked me, what did I love about the game of basketball? And I said, what drove me in basketball is I wanted to play at the highest level. I wanted to look back and say, I made it to the highest level that you can make it to playing basketball. And I did that. And most people play because of what it gives me. I never played that way. So when I felt that I got that, if I probably would have changed my mindset and be like, I wanted to be an all-star or a 15-year NBA guy, my goals probably would have been different. I probably would have made different steps strategically. But my goal was like making it to the pros. I should have been like making it in the pros.
Right.
So I was kind of, I won't say content. I was just kind of like tired of fighting the fight.
Right.
And I was like 31, and I just had a son. So I was like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. And I called Coach Romar, actually, and I was like, Coach, here's the deal. And he was like, I was like, man, I'm kind of done with it. I had kind of been coming home every summer and training all the pros. While I was 30 and 29,
wow,
I was training Zach LaVine's, Brandon's, Jamal. They were coming. I was seeing all the high school kids. I had this time blocked out at the community center, and I would just train those guys for free. Spencer Halls, they just come in, and I work them out. And then I started to love that more than I loved working out myself.
Right.
So then the love started then, and when I was like 28, and I would call Coach, and he was like, keep playing, play as long as you can. And then when I called him and told him I had this job offer, he was like, what do you think? And I was like, I think this is a great way to transition into what I want to do after basketball. And he was like, we'll do it. And that's what came about.